In this video today, we're going to try to fix up this bread maker. This thing looks brand new. It's got all the original packaging. As far as I can see, it's got the original cellophane and stuff on it. But it doesn't work. I had it plugged in a few days ago and it's completely and utterly dead. Bought it for, I think it was around about £15. It said in the listing they retail for 70 something pound, which I think is quite believable. So let's unpack this and see if we can find out why it's got no power whatsoever, even though the thing looks brand new. Well, first things first, fuse. Let's see if it's blown. No, it's not going to be a fuse. Let's see where this lead goes to. Well, let's undo these two and see what that uncovers. Right, where does that go off to? Just goes further into it. So I think we're going to have to, let's undo more screws. So obviously I'm unplugged from the power at the moment, so there's no electricity going into this, but I've still got to be careful because there may be caps, capacitors on the inside that have a charge left in them. So there's numerous screws to undo inside and out, and also the whole lid, the top surround, clips into place as well, so that all needs to be unclipped. So once all the screws are out and the clips are undone, then it gives you access to the inside motor and also the inside circuit board, which is where we're going to pick up the video. Right. Excellent. Okay, so this is the motor that spins the, the kneader at the bottom to knead the bread. Okay, now, so what have we got going on here? Let's unplug the motor from here, I think. Right, so that's unplugged, so we don't have to worry about breaking that. What have we got going on? Slightly easier to work on. So we have the mains coming in, it's grounded onto here, and it goes into this connection here. So let's unplug this and make sure that we have continuity between here and here. So this is the live of the plug, which is going to be going to the brown here, which it is. And we're going to go into the neutral, which goes to here. And then we got the ground, which goes to here. Now, have we got any shorts? No, we haven't. No, and no. So we've definitely got voltage going into here. So that's all going to be fine. So it's not that. I can see what looks like a fuse here marked up F1. Now, so this is the element here. So it must be working kind of like an oven element, yeah? So that's going around there. So let's just see if the element's okay. So we should have continuity from one side to the other, which we do, 111 ohms. Presume that's going to be okay. Well, I think we need to take this board out and test this board. Well, I'm assuming it's something on this board here, because this is going to be more like a control board up here. We've got another nice big board up here, you see, with like a microchip on it. First things first, let's go straight to that fuse. Fuse, we are here. Fuse is okay, it's not the fuse. So we've got power coming in here on these two. Right, does it go through? Ah, so it does go through this contraption, doesn't it? It goes through this contraption before doing anything else. So it's something to do with this maybe. Because look, from here, it goes to here, yeah? Doesn't go anywhere else, does it? apart from that kind of cap to stop noise travelling back through the mains of the house. And then from here it travels up to here, but I don't reckon we've got anything going up to here. Would it be doing all that before the bridge rectifier and stuff? It is, isn't it? Yeah. So what on earth is this? So that just links. That's just a coil of wire. Is it not? No, it's not. What's that about? So is there something hidden in here? Safety thermal fuses. I bet it's these things. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Nothing. Nothing. Fuses have gone. That's weird. From what? From manufacture? So these two things are thermal fuses. They're a safety device to protect appliances from overheating. They can be found in things like coffee machines, hair dryers, tumble dryers, and in this instance, bread makers. Unless there's something on the board that caused them to go, like maybe the heater element or something was getting too warm. So let's zoom in and let's see if we can get markings on there. Okay, so when I look really close here, this is what I can see. It's micro temp, which interestingly, I do have some thermal fuses from my coffee machine, and they're also micro temp, so they must be one of the bigger names in thermal fuses. And this is what's written on them, G4, A00 and TF172. Now, looking at the datasheet and stuff, I think that's like the holding temperature, the functioning temperature or something. F for functioning, and this is like the holding temperature. I'm not sure what that one is there, and it's 10 amp. I've gone on to, because I got them before from CPC, annoyingly these ones are only down to 104 degrees, while I need ones all the way up to 172 degrees, but I think these are the ones that I need here. And if you have a look here, it says it's 10 amp. And it's got functioning temperature of 172, holding temperature 157, which matches what this one says here. And yeah, they're £3.66, including that, for a pack of 5. So not expensive. I'm going to order some of these up, and then hopefully I'll be able to get them in. The problem is that we can't solder them. You see, at the moment they've been crimped into place, but what I'll do is I'll use massive pliers or something to keep the heat away from it. So if I clamp here with pliers, I'm hoping most of the heat, because I only want to put solder on there for a few seconds, I'm hoping most of the heat will go down the pliers and protect the fuse. But anyway, I'm going to have 5 of them to play with. Okay, a few days have passed and my little thermal fuses have arrived. FF03012 is the CPC item number. Now, I'm not sure how many I'm going to get through trying to solder these on, because remember, the soldering iron is going to be way hotter than what these can handle. So if the heat gets into here, they are going to, they're just going to burn out. So what I'm going to try to do is, I've got my mold grips here. I'm hoping that if I do that along there, then the heat will be more tempted to travel down into these, and this is going to add as a heat sink. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to solder that on there without this burning out here. But look, we'll give it a go. I've done it before and it's worked. Maybe I just got lucky. Now, if you're doing this job yourself, it would be far better to crimp the thermal fuses on. That's what they did at manufacture. That way, then, there's no heat involved, so you're not going to risk burning out the fuses. I'm using the soldering iron, and the solder melts at a higher temperature than the fuse can handle. So that's why I'm using the mold grips or vice grips on it, because then that will allow the heat to travel down that. And hopefully, as long as I do it very, very quickly, the heat won't have time to travel into the thermal fuse and blow it. But if you're doing this yourself, get a crimper and crimp them on, and then that will be the best way of doing it, just like it was when it was manufactured. There we go, that's nice. Right, let's see if that side has, let's see if it's blown. I don't think it has, because I don't think any heat would have got to there. Fantastic. Still working.
Now this probably happened because it was probably knocked off maybe a counter when it was on, and that would be enough to blow the thermal fuses, because it does look like this bread maker has had impact damage. There's a screw missing from the bottom, and also a metal bracket on the inside is slightly bent. The plastic's okay because I suppose the plastic gave a bit, but yet the metal didn't. It doesn't look like this has ever actually been used for bread making, so it was probably on the initial burn off that it failed.
Excellent. So you can hear we've still got it there, but yet on these two, they're completely open. Yeah, let's put it back together and we'll see whether or not it comes to life. Right, okay, so you see me take it apart, putting it back together is just going to be the opposite. I'll get it all back together, all nice and safe, and then I'll start filming again when I'm about to turn it on, and we'll see whether the screen comes to life or not, or maybe it's something else which has gone, which is causing these to blow. Okay, it's back together. All the screws went back into the correct places because I separated them out and then it all kind of made sense bit by bit. Right, okay, is it going to light up here? Ready? Going in now. Ooh, nice. Okay, 300. So it looks like it's fixed, but I don't understand how to use this. So I'm going to read the instructions, I'm going to get some bread mix, and let's see if we can bake some bread. So there you go, the bread maker is making nice yummy bread again, which is fantastic. So in this instance here, it was just 2 thermal fuses that had gone. There was no signs of use on this bread maker, so I think it was probably due to drop damage. Now, although I used the correct rated thermal fuses, it would have been a much better, safer job if they were crimped rather than soldered. But there you go, a nice, relatively easy fix, and it keeps this thing out of landfill. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching.